Heaviest snow winds on Long Island. The brutal wind chills making the digging out even more difficult and more dangerous, but no choice because all this is turning to ice. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett live in the Suffolk County town of Huntington with that part of our coverage. NJ.
That's right, Bill. The storm moved on, the sun went down, and the winds are picking up. So yes, that is the concern tonight, that all of this is going to freeze over and that road crews will be helpless to deal with it. After 20 minutes of pushing and shoving, backward and forward, freedom.
Oh, it's outstanding.
Outstanding.
Outstanding if you like snow.
The storm swept across Long Island on gale force winds and blasted most communities with more than a foot of snow. Driving was dangerous with near whiteout conditions in the middle of the afternoon.
No, this is definitely for real. It's a serious storm.
I would say this is pretty bad.
Latrell Williams works for Bangs Towing, putting in an 18-hour day.
Cops are getting stuck. Plow trucks are getting stuck. I towed so many cars today. Everybody's on the highways getting stuck. No one should even be out driving right now. It's too bad out here.
Road crews struggled to keep pace with the blowing, drifting snow that kept on coming. A race against time before the snow freezes over tonight.
There's very little you can do when the roads turn to ice. And if you get too low from a temperature point of view, the chemicals are useless. And an iced roadway is the most dangerous situation.
The governor made the decision not to close the expressway. Highway worker Manuel Tipan got plowed in after being stationed there since last night.
What are you going to do? Where are you going to put the snow? You got to put somewhere.
Well, it was an awful day to be stuck on the roads, but it happened to a lot of people. There were also a lot of accidents in both Long Island counties. Power problems were not much of an issue with this storm, at least not so far. At the height of the storm, some 1,600 homes and businesses total without power on Long Island. I'm told that's back down now to 3,500 back online. But that number could change as these winds continue to pick up. Live tonight, Huntington, Long Island. NJ Burkett, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
We shall see. NJ, thank you. We're going to move on to New Jersey now, also slammed hard by this nasty nor'easter. The heaviest snow and blizzard conditions were on the Jersey Shore in places like Long Branch, but the problems also extended far inland. Eyewitness News reporter AJ Ross is live in Red Bank with more from there. AJ.
That's right, Liz. We've seen a little bit of everything today with the biting wind blowing snow just every which direction. I've been talking about whiteout conditions all day. It's since calmed down, but here's some of the residual effects. You can see the snow drifts here all along the streets. Literally, I'm losing a better part of my legs here. It's about 2 to 3 feet along most of the roadways here in downtown Red Bank. And with things now calming down a bit and the conditions improved, I have seen a little more people coming out this evening, enjoying some of the shops here in downtown Red Bank. But earlier today, the plows were definitely out along the turnpike as we made our 2-hour trek from the city. It was hard to see blacktop in some areas, and with limited visibility and reduced speed limits, traffic was bumper to bumper in some parts, but it cleared further down south you traveled. The snow totals have varied along the coastline, but a lot of shore towns took a beating, as I mentioned, with those snow drifts in many parts piling several feet high. A lot of people heeded the warnings we told them about today and stayed inside, but a few say they needed to get out and get some fresh air.
The wind is the edge to it, yeah. It's pretty biting. You know, I mean, it'd be lovely if it was just coming down straight, but the wind really makes it kind of cutting.
So they got it right with the forecast this time.
Oh yeah, this time they called it right. Yeah, yeah, good for them.
I was surprised. Like, I know that they were forecasting this, but I didn't really expect it just because, I don't know. But I'm really happy because hopefully I won't have school tomorrow, so.
And yes, the worst is behind us, but another concern here, especially along the coastline, is coastal flooding. A lot of towns will definitely be keeping an eye on that. In Red Bank, I'm AJ Ross, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
AJ, thanks. A great job covering this storm down in the shore today. Thank you. Meanwhile, in New York City, 2,300 Department of Sanitation workers remain on 12-hour shifts. This to try to clear the snow off the streets. One big worry is that as temperatures fall, the salt spread on the streets becomes less effective, and that increases the problem of black ice. Side streets in Sunnyside, Queens, tough to drive on this evening, as we can see. By the way, alternate sides parking now suspended in New York City through Saturday. Eyewitness News reporter Dave Evans live in downtown Brooklyn with that part of our coverage. David?
Bill, I'm a little surprised that schools are going to be open tomorrow because it's going to be bitter cold, and also the streets, they're not in great shape, but the mayor does consider them passable, so the schools tomorrow, they're going to be open. I want to point out the street right behind me. This is Borum Place in downtown Brooklyn. You can see the streets. The plows have certainly come through. In fact, they came through just a few minutes ago, a couple of plows. So they're not in bad shape at all, but you can see there's still a lot of snow that still has to be plowed here in this part of Brooklyn. And according to the sanitation commissioner, it might be that way up until Monday. That is because, of course, because of the bitter cold. The salt simply doesn't work so well in these kinds of bitter temperatures that we're going to be having over the next couple of days. The mayor earlier today, he did declare a winter emergency. That basically means if you get in the way of the plows, if you double park, the police, they are going to tow you. That is the big focus over the next couple of days, getting these streets ready, especially for tomorrow morning. But it's going to be awfully difficult because of the temperature.
And we're hearing from National Weather Service that expect through Saturday into Sunday very cold temperatures to begin with, and then the wind chill on top of it. Really puts sanitation at a disadvantage because the salt is not going to be able to do what it normally does.
We don't see blacktop by the time the temperature starts to fall this evening. You're not going to see it until probably close to Monday.
And a quick note on the sidewalks here. This sidewalk on Schermerhorn Street in downtown Brooklyn, it is already clear. The rule is if it stops snowing before 4:59, and it did, you have 4 hours to go ahead and keep your streets or to keep your sidewalks clear. They certainly know that rule here, or you face a fine tomorrow. One other quick note, as for garbage pickup, also recycling, it is canceled tomorrow because sanitation, they're going to be busy with all of this tomorrow. For now, reporting live, downtown Brooklyn, Dave Evans, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
And they've already been working hard. All right, David, thank you very much. We'll take time now for us to take a look at the conditions and what they look like right now. We want to go ahead and check in with Safan Kim. He is in Road Cam 7. And Safan, you're in Astoria, right?
We are, Liz, and so we want to show you sort of a compare and contrast of what the side streets look like to the main streets. This is Astoria Boulevard. To the left is Grand Central Parkway. You see blacktop here. It's slushy, but you do see blacktop. We're gonna hopefully, when this red light turns, take you down this side street, and that gives you an idea of how different it is. The light's not working with us now, but as you can imagine, even with, and now you have a fire truck behind us trying to get through. So as you can imagine, these plows have come through these side streets, but it's packed the snow tight, and it looks like this. So overnight, this is going to be a sheet of ice basically. And look to your right, you can see signs of a plow coming through because all of these cars on the right side, those cars are stuck, and you have a few folks out here now digging out all night. It's going to be a long night for any residents with cars parked on these side streets. Live in Astoria, back to you guys.
Safan Kim, it's going to be difficult to dig out of ice in that situation.